Hello and welcome to the Toyota Solutions studio. Joining me now is Maria Toorpakai Wazir. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Your story is so unique and inspiring. You played squash as a young child in Pakistan growing up, but because girls aren't allowed to play sports there, you had to disguise your gender for some time in order to play. As you've grown older, you've been able to come to Canada and you now train in Canada. What drew you to the game, first of all? What did you just love to play? Is it something that the kids played and you joined, or because since girls weren't encouraged to play or weren't allowed to play, it's
well, the region that I come from, it's it's a belt kind of region around very close to Afghanistan. It's on the border of Afghanistan, and we have the same culture and it's a lawless area, and where anything whenever you trace the terrorists, you usually this Waziristan name comes first.
Yes.
But and the thing is that how this area is so backward, so far away from the world, and was never explored. The people never came out. They didn't, So then it's very rigid and very old kind of living style and customs, and there's no way to communicate or bring awareness to these people, or they run away from schools, or they don't consider education as a way to life, or sports is a very different thing. Local sports are played, but I play squash now. So it's very different, but ending up in sports is a miracle. And also, when I was young, it was different. I wanted a freedom. I wanted to just hang out, and I couldn't be like other girls, just stay at home for hours and hours and years, because the only thing a girl is considered as a burden. As soon as first the parents are not happy when she is born, and after then she serves the family, and then soon as they want her to get rid of her, get her married to someone in young age, like young marriages. So that's how the future is, and every time you see parents are planning things for their sons, the future, they always talk about sons, and their happiness. And they would sell their daughters for their sons, everything it's about sons and their honor. But
your family was pretty progressive in this regard. I mean, your parents supported you.
My father is very progressive. But he suffered a lot too. He was jailed. He was put in mental jail. He was threatened to death, and he was also escaped from death. Like nearly they killed him many times.
Because he was outspoken.
Very outspoken, and not only he's a man of action. He started school from his own family, from educating his own family. He educated my mom after marriage. He educated my sister. He thought that why people spend time outside and just sitting there, and also spending time on animals. When you prepare an animal for fight, like cockfighting, dog fight, quail fight, it's just a wastage of time. He said I should spend time with my children. I should prepare them for brighter future. I should give them every possible way. He trained us. So, and I don't feel any inferior than my brothers. We have equal rights. We have a power. We are involved in every decision in the family. So and there's a just environment, and whatever I want to do, I am always allowed to do it. So I love my family for that.
Was it his idea to conceal your identity when the time came?
I would say when I was young, I just felt naturally that even young kids, they feel the discrimination from outside.
Yes.
Because I want to be among those group of boys and play.
Yeah.
But because I'm a girl, no one lets me in. So I thought maybe it's the dressing style and that age. So I burnt all my clothes, and I cut my hair, and I thought maybe I can get into that group now.
Yeah.
But eventually I did, actually. We moved to different region after that, some months later, and then nobody knew, and then I was free to play. I did whatever I want, and lived a life.
What was it like to play, though, as a boy, concealing your identity? What was that like? Were you worried at all?
No, I was young. I was, when I was 5, then 6, then 7, keep, those ages, and there was no worry. There was always fun. We go from village to village. We go bring berries. We go on the hunting with men, and you see the fighting competition in men. All those things, and it was a lot of fun.
What would you say to encourage and inspire people, women especially, to follow their dreams? Because you've clearly done that.
Well, I would say never to give up. And whatever your desire is, it's actually the God. He is telling you that go for it. For example, I came to squash, it was an accident. I ended up in sports, it was an accident. Person like me from tribal region, it's impossible to be at this level, to play in sports, or to play sports. It is what was gifted to me. And that's what I tell people. If you say this is haram, and you say God God doesn't like squash, I said go and ask God, because I didn't ended up in squash with my own will. God brought me to the squash court, and He gave me strength to complete this job.
You had to follow it.
So I think people have to learn what is God telling them. Everyone has a hidden gift. Just go for it and explore. And whether it's a girl and a boy, they all have something special in them.
So great to hear your story. Thank you for sharing it with us, and we're so glad you pursued your gifts.
Thank you.